Nāia te reo ofa kia tātou. Kia tātou e whakahuihui mai nei I tēnei o a tātou kaupapa. E ngā maunga whakahi, e ngā maunga whakahā, e noho nei nā tēnā rā koutou. Nāia te reo o ngai tu āhuriri o te rua hiki hiki e re rea atu kia koutou. Kia koutou e whakamanahia I tēnei o ngā kaupapa, ara ka whakamanahia I a tātou no te mana whenua, ara ko te whare wānanga o Waitaha hoki. Nāia toku reo, e mihi atu kia koutou. Kia koutou hoki ngā mātanga e hara mai ana ki te tautoko I tēnei o ngā kaupapa, aha ko he ara hou mā tātou ki te whakanui, ki te whakamāno atu kia koutou, nāia toku ofa kia koutou. Ko wai tēnei e tuake nei ko Jeanine Tamati-Elliffe tōku ingoa, he uri ahau no te mana whenua nei o ngai tu āhuriri, o tira he kanohi hoki ahau no te rua hiki hiki no te pahi, no ka hapu maha o taumutu o tākou hoki. Nā reira tēnā te mihi kia koutou. Kia koutou e pai tata, e pai tawhiti te haereka, tēnā rawa atu koutou kia whakamanahia I tēnei pō, ara ko tēnei wiki e noho nei nā koutou. Nō reira, tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. My name's Jeanine. I'm very proud to be able to stand here and welcome you all on behalf of our mana whenua ngai tu āhuriri, who I have connections to in my whakapapa, as well as to Te Rua Hiki Hiki, which is the southern part of Christchurch, stretching out down to Ashburton. It also goes beyond that across the Waitaki River down to Ōtautahi. So I just welcome you on behalf of all of the hapu that I stand here representing today, as well as Ngai Tu Āhuriri. I'm sure you're very excited about the week that you're about to embark on this waka, and we're very excited to be able to welcome you all here. Te rapea he tīmatanga mā tātou ko te karakia kia whakarere ai tēnei waka, kia maunu tōna rere. Nā reira, tukua te wairua kia rere ki kā taumata, hei ārahi te mahi, me te whai te māramataka, kia mau kia ita, kia kore ai e karo, tūturu whakamaua kia tīna, haumi e, hui e, tae ki e, tēnā koutou. Manu tiria, manu, e rohia ki te poho te raka, kātou re, kātou mai te ruhi, e tau e koia. Koia, ko tā rarariki ki mai maui, e hara I te whitu me te waru e tau e koia. Koia.
Kia ora koutou katoa no mai haere mai. Ko Philip Armstrong aho. My name is Philip Armstrong, and I am here to welcome you on behalf of the Australasian Animal Studies Association. And the first thing I want to do is to thank Jeanine very much for that wonderful welcome, the wonderful Mihi Whakatau. This is a very special form of welcome, and we wanted to make sure that you felt really, really welcome. Because for many of you, this has been a long way to come. Here in New Zealand, we're quite used to travelling a long way overseas, but sometimes it comes a bit of a start to people from overseas. And so we have people here from Europe, from Japan, lots of people from Australia, of course. We have people here from Canada, from Colombia, from Mexico, from the United States. And so that's a lot of welcoming required. So I'm sure after Jeanine's wonderful Mihi Whakatau, you feel very present here and you feel that you've arrived somewhere very specific, which is what we wanted, because the other thing that I'm very excited about as chair of the Australasian Animal Studies Association is that this is the first time there have been 8 biennial conferences of the association, and this is the first time it's been held in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Excellent. And so that is really exciting for us, and obviously really exciting for you too. So welcome. The Australasian Animal Studies Association, I've been chair of the association for a couple of years now, and during that time I really have been overwhelmed, as any of you will know who are members or who have had anything to do with the association, by the kindness and the compassion and the scholarly and artistic creativity of the people who make up that association. So I'm welcoming you to that association as well, because we're in the embrace of the Australasian Animal Studies Association while we're here. And as chair of the association, I need to announce that the annual general meeting of the association will be held at the end of this conference. It'll take place at lunchtime on Thursday. So please, all of you who are members of the association, come along to that conference. If you're not a member of the association, well, you have 3 days in which to become a member of the association, and then you get to come to the AGM. So, enough said, I think. And now I want to turn over to my friend and colleague, the director of the host institution, the New Zealand Centre for Human Animal Studies. Professor Annie Potts is the person without whom we would not all be gathered here today. She has, I can attest, she has lived and breathed this conference for the last year and more. Organising a conference like this requires somebody who holds it in their mind and holds it in their heart very coherently, and she's astonishingly managed to do that. So I'll turn over now to Annie Potts.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai, haere mai ki te hui or Decolonizing Animals. Ko Annie Potts tōku ingoa. My name's Annie, and I'm really excited and very honoured to welcome you all here to this conference today, where we're going to be caring about and advocating for all animals, human and non-human. AASA conferences are always truly intersectional, and that's why I think they're really inspirational. So as the director of our teaching and research hub, the New Zealand Centre for Human Animal Studies, I'm particularly inspired and very humbled by the other members of the conference committee on stage today, including our awesome postgraduate team who'll be helping you out over the next few days. I'm sure you'll get to know them really well. So I want to acknowledge, first of all, my hoa mahi, my colleagues. These people have made the conference planning not only smooth and very streamlined, which is really important when you're planning a conference, but they've also made it really, really fun, and I just can't say how much that has helped me. So in alphabetical order, I want to thank Philip Armstrong, he always gets to go first because of his name, Kirsty Dunn, Peter Gray, Emily Major, Nick Taylor, Cressida Wilson, and also Shandul, Lily Duval, Eve De Vincent, Eilish Espiner, Lewis Fletcher, Ken Lord, Brad Ray, Logan Ray, Chevy Rendell, and Hannah Taylor. I'd like you to give them all a round of applause. I also want to thank Claire Hector Taylor and Jean Hendry from Tourism New Zealand, who have sponsored part of this conference. And I want to acknowledge the wonderful AASA committee who have supported NSCHAS as we've prepared for this year's event. So the conference carries on in the tradition of biennial conferences established by the Australasian Animal Studies Association, and we're grateful for the experience and knowledge of that organisation, and of course the participation of its members today. We're also very grateful to AASA for sponsoring the travel of some of our keynote speakers this year. Speaking of sponsorship, I also want to thank Yalen's Family Wines, a New Zealand company that has generously donated some vegan wine for us, some red and some white wine for our reception tonight. So everyone gets the first glass of wine free, courtesy of Yalen's, and then I'm afraid it's a cash bar after that. Now some housekeeping, which is somewhat not boring, but you'll all want to hear this stuff. So first of all, if you want to access wireless while you're here at this venue, please just look on your computers or phones for the AASA 2019 connection, and you don't need a password for that. Each morning we're going to be having NSCHAS volunteers at the reception desk who will take your USBs to the room where you'll be speaking and load them onto the laptops there. Please remember to find a volunteer to do this for you when you arrive, or find Philip, who's also doing AV duties. We want to make sure that all PowerPoints are loaded prior to presentations, prior to sessions. Apart from keynote sessions, papers and all parallel sessions will have 30 minutes each. The chairs in each session are the names that are asterisked in the program. Usually that's the first speaker in a session. Chair people, please can you ensure that each speaker gets 30 minutes before the next speaker starts, so that people who want to move between talks can do that and know that they'll be able to catch the start of the talk they're wanting to see. We expect this will mean that most speakers will talk for 20 or so minutes, followed by questions for 10 minutes, but if you're like me, you always go over time and run out of time for questions, and that's totally up to you, as long as you're off the stage within 30 minutes. Finally, because your NSCHAS conference committee is made up of mostly very intense introverts, and I mean we're intensely introverted, we've organised this all from separate rooms. Apart from Emily, perhaps here, you can see who's our
Social
mascot extrovert.
Yeah.
She makes up for the rest of us. So we really have no idea about anything when it comes to partying or conference dinners or anything like that. So instead what we're proposing is that each day at morning tea we'll put 2 to 3 restaurant suggestions up on the whiteboard in the atrium, which is where you've all just had your get-together. And if you're keen to join a group to go to dinner that night, then put your name under the restaurant that you like, so that we'll give you an idea of what sort of food they serve. So we make sure you've got your name under that restaurant by afternoon tea time, and then we'll make a booking for you. So the restaurants we'll suggest will be okay for vegans and non-vegans. However, I do want to point out that this conference is a vegan event, so we won't be having any dairy, meat, fish, or any other animal products served at it. So we have loads of vegan cafes in Christchurch. Most of them are only open during the day, unfortunately, but there is an app that you can check out called Guide for Vegan Christchurch. It's also on Facebook if you want to see it. It's been posted on the Decolonizing Animals Facebook site. So it tells you some of the awesome restaurants we have here, and we have some really wicked vegan restaurants here in Christchurch. And please enjoy the music from Aotearoa that you will be hearing throughout this conference. All music you hear are from Aotearoa musicians. Now, just a word about the conspicuous non-human animal presence behind me, the huhu bug. This wonderful insect is endemic to Aotearoa and provides the logo for the New Zealand Centre for Human Animal Studies. As you can see, the logo is based on Leonardo da Vinci's famous drawing of a man in a circle and a square, which is sometimes called Vitruvian Man. That image has often been taken as embodying the emergence during the European Renaissance of the idea of man as the centre of the cosmos, or man as the measure of all things. For us today, of course, this looks and sounds extremely anthropocentric, as well as androcentric and patriarchal. So our Vitruvian huhu beetle aims instead to challenge us to think about what happens when we put animals and animality at the centre of our focus. You might notice that the huhu has upset the geometry of Leonardo's square and circle. Its many legs and its antennae, precisely its non-human features, are busting out of that confinement of European geometries of knowledge. And isn't that also what animals do? And actually, also what Indigenous scholars and critical animal studies scholars do. So now, along with the other Ends Chairs conference organisers and volunteers behind me, I want to invite you to join us in creating an atmosphere in which people from around the world and from Aotearoa can come together to tautoko or support each other in our mahi, our work, our rangahau, our research and our activism. It's our aim to create an inclusive meeting space here, emphasising mahitahi, collaboration, tautoko, support and advocacy, aroha, compassion, empathy and love, and awhina, care, with respect to each other and to all animal species. Good luck, have fun, learn lots, ngā mihi nui.